10 most mysterious books that should not exist in this world, but they exist. Today in this video, we are going to know about 10 best mysterious books that will surely surprise you and scare you. For the first time, you will not believe what's there in these books. But let me tell you that these books are beyond science. If you want to understand the mysteries inside these books, then you also have to think beyond science. You must have read many books in the world, but the books that are being talked about today are related to a different dimension. These books are full of the satanic world and negative energy. Although it is never wrong to read a book, there are many dark and mysterious books which have no relation to logic, but still have to believe them. Such books should not exist in this world, but they exist.
With so many conspiracy theories out there, it's hard to keep track of them all. Welcome to What We Know, where we try to uncover the histories and mysteries of the world by presenting all different theories out there, and the only narrative we push is this. Here's what we know, make up your own mind.
Number 1. The Grand Grimoire. This book is also called the book with the incredible power, and to get this power, one has to pay a huge price. It is also known as the darkest book in the world. It was written in 1512. Regarding the man who wrote this book, people believe that the person was in the possession of Satan. This book is so dangerous that it has been kept in a safe place by ritualizing it inside a building in Vatican City. You will not believe what is written in this book, how to make contact with Satan and demon. All these things have been written in this book, and people believe that if a person reads this book completely, then he will have to sell his soul to devil. For this reason, this book is kept in a safe place inside a vault. Number 2. The Book of Abramelin. It is a 15th century book and was translated into the English language in the 19th century and has since been considered a cursed book. This book was written by a person named Abraham. Abraham went to Egypt, where he found a magician, which told him about many rituals of magic, the magic that is beyond this world. He told him about such demonic powers that are beyond this world. Abraham wrote all of these negative knowledge and all those rituals in one place. This knowledge emerged as a book, which we now know as the Book of Abramelin. In this book, you will get to read strange types of topics. You will get to read about the strange customs like how to wake the dead, about the location of the gold and treasure in the world, how to make contact with the spirits. The way of disappearing and the magic of flying in the air is also given in this book. The author of this book believed that there is a devil inside every human being, and the way to make contact with the same devil is written inside this book. Number 3. Codex Gigas. In 1648, the 30-year war was about to end. The Swedish army looted the city of Prague. They looted it and returned to the Swedish, and they received this book in their loot. It was a very big and heavy book. The weight of this book was 74 kg, and the name of this book was Codex Gigas, also known as Devil's Bible. This book had 320 pages earlier, and today, where this book is kept, there are only 310 pages left, and this book is also protected like Annabelle with the do not touch sign. The one who wrote this book was a monk. The monk broke his oath, and because of breaking his oath, he locked himself in a room to punish him with no food and agreed to die. But while dying, he was determined that whatever secret I know about this world, I will write all the things that I know about witchcraft in one place. Even on the last night of his life, he did not complete that book, so he called the devil so that the devil could complete this book. He told the devil that you take my soul and complete this book. Many believe that this book was completed by none other than Satan, and that the last 10 pages were written by the devil. But later it happened that 10 pages were written by Joe Devil. Someone stole them. Right now, the one who has 10 pages, no one knows what he will be doing with those pages. Number 4. Book of Soyga. Book of Soyga, also known as the Book of Death. Many magical things and rituals have been mentioned in it, and for years it was believed that this book had been lost. But in the year 1990, it was suddenly found in a corner inside the British Library. The language of this book is very strange. Each letter exists within square and in the form of one grid. It has a total of 197 pages. A famous scholar named John Dee attempted to decode the book. According to the legends and stories, he also invited an angel named Uriel for this work. That angel told him that this book can only be decoded by who deserves it. The common man cannot know the mysteries of this book and hence cannot decode it. John Dee had 3,000 books. Out of those 3,000 books, 2,999 books had nothing strange, nothing logical, and nothing special. Only this book had some mystery. The book disappeared with the death of John Dee in 1608, but this book appeared in the British Library in the year 1990. The strange thing was that it appeared not only in one place but in two places simultaneously. First in the British Library and second in the Bodleian Library, Oxford, and even today, this book is kept at both places. Number 5. Necronomicon. It is also called the Book of the Dead. The exact way of how to make contact with the dead is given in the book. Weird animals can be seen on every page of this book. This book has also appeared in horror series such as the Friday 13 series, Evil Dead series. The book is still kept at the University of Massachusetts. The original copy is kept locked at this place. It is also called Most Haunted Book of All Time. Number 6. Grimoire. This book is also called the Book of Magic. In this book, black magic and different types of magic have been mentioned. People who did not believe in any kind of witchcraft, after reading this book, witchcraft has become the sole purpose of their life. The language of this book is known and the language of this book has been decoded, and whoever tries to understand the language of this book loses the balance of his mind. Number 7. The Orphan Story. This book was written around the 1600th century. This book was written by a monk. This book has also been decoded and translated. The most frightening thing related to this book is that this book has been considered the most cursed. The book tells the story of a 14-year-old young boy who leaves his home and goes to the governing area of Spain to move forward in fortune and his life. In this book, the journey of that boy to Spain is told. How he fights to pirates. He is drilled in many places and becomes a soldier after learning many skills, and then later become a monk. But the strange thing is that this book was written in the 1600th century, but it was published 400 years after. In 2018, it was brought to the public. The story of this book is like a normal book. However, people consider it cursed, because before 2018, whoever tried to translate and publish it died of some accident or some other reason. Do not know how many times an attempt has been made to publish this book or bring it to the pub, but every time something happened to the person publishing this book. But those who published this book in the year 2018, by the luck, they are still alive. Number 8. The Great Omar. Francis Sangorsky was a bookbinder who lived in London. He created a book that is actually called Cursed, and not just Cursed but also called Most Cursed of All Time. This book is also believed to be the cause of Titanic sinking, because when the Titanic, known as unsinkable, was submerged, this book was on it, and now this book is lying somewhere in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean with the wreck of the Titanic. After that, its original copy was not found so far. Later, a second copy of this book was made with the original drawings of the author of this book, which was when the London bomb dropped in World War II. This book was destroyed in the same incident. Then the original drawings made by the same author's hand were barely discovered, and after 40 years of hard work, an author published the third copy and donated it to the British Library for safekeeping. But the writer who made the third copy of it died a few days later due to some unknown reason. That's why this book is considered cursed. Number 9. The Patrix. It is a book full of magical tantras and mantras. The book was created with the help of an Arabic titled Hayat al-Hakim. This book appeared to the world in the 11th century. This was the time when the Arabs were far ahead in Gimi-Yajiri, chemical science and biology, and at the same time this book was written by an Arab. There are many such tantras and mantras in this book, due to which a person can get the ability to change to some other form. In this book, there are recorded ways of performing different magic by mixing brain, blood, urine, and many chemicals, and along with this, many types of warnings have also been written on this book. This book is quite popular all over Europe, hence it has been published in many languages here. Number 10. Dragon Rogue. This book is for those who want to make connections with the world of jinns and devils. There are many tips in this book through which spirits and jinns can be called and relationships can be made with them. Rather, there are also mantras in this book through which they can be forced to obey your orders. This book is based on the beliefs of the Jews. A copy of this book is still present in the Vatican archive. It is famous for this book that it cannot be ruined or cannot be burned by fire. So, such mysterious and dangerous books still exist in this world. No one knows why and how these books were made. What was the purpose of making these books? It is still a mystery. I hope you like this information about the most dangerous and mysterious books. Share this video with all your friends and curious people like you.
If you enjoy this video and want to see more like it, please consider subscribing to us and hitting the like button. Feel free to write a comment below and suggest which theory you want to see next. If you'd like to further support this channel, please consider joining. Our membership link will be found in the description box below. We appreciate your support, and as always, thanks for watching.